dancing, bro. Chill out.
Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle.
What's up, everybody? It's the It's Just Breaking podcast, episode number 56. And this is our second and a half B-Girl guest, because our first guest that we ever got was a B-Girl, was Emma. And then we did get Kanatsu for a little bit with the Anton episode. But here we are. We have Shade, our second official B-Girl guest. Let's go. She's, in case y'all don't know, she's a CEO of her own art company, Creative Genius. And if you're a long-time listener of this podcast, you notice that there's a little logo before on our overlay that says Creative Genius, and this is the person that runs it. Let's go. So,
No,
Shade.
they weren't talking about me, bro.
But yeah, so Shade, so you're gonna be representing in the Rise of the B-Girl event. Tell us about that. How did that come to be?
So because I know Sasha recommended it to me as well, so I asked Sasha more about it, and I think in the middle of our conversation, she asked me to do like the 2 versus 2 with her. So I mean, Sasha is a B-Girl that I really highly respect, and I really get along really well with her, like since the first conversation that we have. Also, I really admire how flexible she is.
But yo,
and
she's crazy. Yo, she can air flare. I don't know. I can't even air flare. Not many B-boys can ever. She can air flare. She's like legit.
I agree. And her tip that she said is yoga classes. So ever since
Yoga
like
classes. Oh, okay,
yoga
okay.
classes. So ever since like I met her like last year, we've been or like the last event that I saw her, like for the last event, I've been taking yoga classes, and I find it's really helpful in terms of like flexibility and making sure if any like soreness or like injury or any slightness like that, it just improves in a shorter period of time.
Yo, it's just coincidentally, I actually took my first yoga class 2 days ago, and I'm not gonna lie, it was actually freaking hard.
Yeah,
'Cause,
right?
Yeah, because when I came in, I'm like, oh, I'm a B-boy, yo. I can do all this. I can flare, I can hail and all this shit. And I'm like, yo, yoga is soft. I took the introductory course too. But when I took it, yo, I was freaking tired. Well, the moment I walked into that hot room, it was hot yoga. I was like, yo, what the hell? This is like a different world. And Canada and Toronto was hot as hell already, right? And then I was doing the poses like downward dog and like all these other ones. I was like, what the hell? You have to hold it
Yeah,
for
you
so
were.
long, yo.
Where did you go?
It's one near where I live, Hot Yoga Kennedy. No, not the Markham one. I'm planning to yoga hop, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're just
cheap.
so good
even
at holding
even
you.
crazier. I just came from one too.
You
You
did?
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
actually.
shit, what the fuck? No way.
We're all synced.
Yo, were there any dudes? Because the one that I went to, I was like the only guy there. I was like, oh shit. So this is what B-girls feel when they come to a session.
Markham Hot Yoga, there is quite a few guys. Of course, not as many as like girls. I think it's like a 60% like girls and then 40% guys.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good
You
balance.
hear that,
yeah.
Yikao and Dominic? You get a girlfriend
Goddamn.
and learn air flares.
It's more for Yikao, yo. Yikao should just do some yoga too, yo. Yeah, but yoga, I think that it's legit. Like breaking, like you like, even though it requires a lot of flexibility, I feel very stiff after I practice. Like my muscles feel really imbalanced. But yoga, like they make you hold positions and they make you go both ways as well. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Whatever. So in case if you guys want airflow, maybe yoga is the thing that helps you get it, yo. Let's go. This is straight from SashaFox, who's a beast.
Yeah, and I like the mind-body connection as well. Yeah.
True. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess so we'll talk more about the Rise of the B-Girl event later, but Shade, how did you start your breaking career or your breaking journey?
Okay, so it was actually the last year of high school. One of my friends do
school, okay.
breaking.
Was this in Toronto or
Ricky
Ricky Ann?
Yeah, Ricky Ann, is it?
Like Visual Assault, Ricky Ann?
Yeah,
Your
Visual
boy
Assault.
James? Your boy? Alright, yeah, let's go. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
so he
on.
brought me to a church where there's a group of B-boys, and I was like it was like a love at first sight sort of thing for me, because I was like, oh, because I come from a painting background, so it was like people painting except with their bodies on the ground. So I remember seeing Bridge dancing. I'm like, whoa, I love the flow. And I think seeing him dance, it just made me like, oh, I want to do this particular like sport. Also because there's not a lot of B-girls in it, or like girls doing the sport in general. So me being a tomboy, like I was a really big tomboy back then.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
I mean, I do generally like it when it's sports with where it's like kind of male dominated, not a lot of girls,
Mhm.
just to prove that girls can do it too. So
Okay, okay. So you came in with that kind of mentality. That's pretty cool. Cause I was gonna ask like what made you chose breaking instead of the other hip hop art forms like popping, locking? Cause there's a lot more females in there, but you decided to pick breaking instead.
like
And it
again,
was mainly because you wanted to challenge that, like, oh, like I'm a girl, I want to go to this dominant male dominant thing. I'm like, oh, I want to like just want to kill it in this scene.
like I just like it visually, like it's flowing up and down,
Okay.
and
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
because like I feel like my painting is kind of like kind of swirly too, so it kind of really reminds me of um like painting, and I also like how free it is. Like you can go any directions, and there's no right or wrong way in a way. So
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
True. And how long have you been breaking for? And like, how did you develop your style over the years?
um so it's been on and off, I would say. So when I got more into it, it was when I was in Montreal with my ex crew, Deadly Venom's crew.
Your shout
So
out, shout out.
yeah. So we went around the world competing, and we also practiced a lot together. And I know dancing to the music is really, really important. And I do see the how that mindset to this day also is really important. Dancing to the music, and
Mm-hmm.
also developing the skills. Um, so I think in terms of style, I think back then, like I really like the flowiness type of, like it just looked like a wave, like a shade, like the shadows like going up and down. So
Uh-huh.
I really like that sort of flow.
Mm.
I did stop dancing though in 2010 because of like injuries I had. So
Oh, okay.
I literally stopped for like 8 years.
8 years.
I
What
know.
Yeah.
injury was this?
Yeah, bad injury. So I had like wrist injury, knee injury. But yeah, I think the knee injury and
Were you
the
practicing air flares? What is this? That's crazy.
it was not very good. Okay, so
Yeah.
I, I
Been
think
there.
I think after that, I was so sad actually when I stopped. In the 8 years, I would literally like have consistent like dreams when I'm going to like sleep. I would literally like dream of me packing, going to practice, but I never reached to the practice session in my
Mm.
or I see it practicing in my dreams. I regularly quite have this during the time that I stopped, and then just one day I was like, "Fuck this." Okay, I
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
I actually talked to someone. She said that dancing is something that I would really enjoy, and then 2018 I got back into it. It was like I talked to Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Shout out.
Oh, okay,
yeah
okay.
connected me to Asian court, and then
Yeah,
that's
yeah, cause I think that's when me, Dennis, like everyone in that area started seeing you. It's like at that Asian court practice.
yeah. So that was when
Oh,
I
okay. So
got back.
and that's when you came back from your hiatus, like that when you first came to Asian court or whatever.
Yeah, it was.
Oh shit. Okay, true. That means we saw you come back in the beginning and up until now.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So it's been an interesting journey. Like from like stopping, of course. I mean, well, going practicing consistently and then stopping it on all together for quite a few like number of years. Well, there's a few things I learned about for myself in terms of like personal development wise, and I think, as you know, I buy a lot of equipment to
Yeah, if you ever been
avoid
to Shade's house
injuries.
to practice, so she has like the state of the art, like freaking rehabilitation equipment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's really important to take care of the body and also make sure to lots of warm up, stretching, and yes, just regular exercise to avoid any injury. So I'm really big on that.
Hmm.
So yeah, so ever since 2018, I've been practicing and still lots to learn. And I'm a big learner, and I'm always curious about how to get to the next progress level.
Right, that makes sense.
So,
Hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing you're getting your power moves, yo. I saw in that story you got like two baby mills or one baby mill. That's pretty sick.
oh, thank you. It's a work in
Yo,
progress.
and you got halos, yo. Yo, thanks to you know who, yo. Let's go. But yeah, damn. Okay, so I guess so coming from that art background, does that affect your breaking in any way? Like, cause your profession is an artist or whatever. Does that like how do you create moves? Like, do you base it off of that or?
My painting wise, it's like kind of very technical in a way because there's like that foundation, like drawing the head. My favorite is actually painting people, like
Oh,
figures,
okay.
faces, and for there's like rules you kind of have to learn. And then once you know the rules, you can break it, sort of
Mhm.
thing. In terms of the creativity part, like once I know the rules, I can just play around with like what elements to add or take away. So I think for breaking, very similar. I mean, I feel like the foundation is a good to kind of go back to in a
Mhm.
way frequently from time to time. And then on there, I do want I like to build on with the creativity part because I do the reason why I love breaking is because it's so like I can do it any way once I know the rules, and it's just I love the freedom part of it. Yeah, and I like
Mhm.
the challenge too. I really like the challenge. If it was like something a little bit like simple and there's no challenge, I'm like I'll get bored with it.
That
So
makes sense. Like, yeah, man. Like, you can just train. You can grind flares for like a year and still not get it.
yeah.
Yeah, I know about that.
True. True.
You were
So
True.
saying before. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, no,
Go
go
on.
on, go, go.
on
Let's go,
No,
Jay.
you, Sylvia. Sylvia.
Nah,
Okay, I was gonna say, you were saying before about like, you're attracted to like shades and colors. Is that why you got your name Shade?
oh, that's a good question. No, not really. It's because when I actually I still do it now. I practice in the corner on my own quite a bit. It's because
Actually, yeah,
I
you do practice in the corner usually. She also goes the same practice as us, Pickering session.
Yeah.
Um, it's because I like the shadows. Like you don't see it, you don't notice it, but it's like surrounded everywhere.
Mhm.
Like it
Uh-huh.
notices you. Like even though sometimes you don't notice it. Yeah, I
Right.
like.
So
Mhm.
you got the name Shades because you like practicing in the corner where there's like shades and stuff.
Yeah, I just practice a lot in the corner. Yeah, in the shade. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That
Did
no, no,
you
I
did you
mean,
make that up? Did you get your name yourself, or did someone dub you that?
I got the name myself actually because I
Yeah.
like also shade like kind of reminds me of like shading when I'm
yeah,
Yeah,
painting.
yeah,
coloring.
mm-hmm,
I really love contrast in my artwork in painting. When there's more shadows, I love to make the shadows a little bit more noticeable.
mm-hmm.
Because that's shadows is what makes it more 3D. So,
Right, that
Mm.
makes sense.
but
True.
I would say it's because I like the name, and it's I usually practice in the corners.
Uh-huh. That makes sense. Ah, okay. So since you came back from this 8-year hiatus and you're still breaking now, what is your goals for breaking right now, like short term, long term?
So like short term. Well, I'm going to Taiwan in
Ooh,
August.
okay.
I have some
Mm.
friends there that are really like power driven, like power moves focused.
Is it
Um,
Reformers
Mhm.
crew?
sorry, what?
Is it Reformers crew?
No,
Reformers? Oh, okay, okay.
it's Liu Hao, from
No,
Taiwan.
I don't know him. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
he runs a dance studio there, and I know that he's really good with like power moves. So just recently, of course, I got like the swipes. It's been
Nice.
yeah. So I do want to get more like the flare, the 2000s is something I'm trying to get a hand on as well. And some regular like halos would be
Mm-hmm.
nice, and baby mills a bit better. I just think that the power moves is something I want to progress on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't say I have it 100% because I don't think so at all, but I just want to make sure it's a progressing thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
True.
So that's the short term in terms of like progressing in terms more of like the power moves. Uh, that could also be long term as well. Actually, the more I think about it,
Mm-hmm.
like besides that, I've been working on my footwork a bit, trying to get a bit more creative with that. So I've been looking into like B-Boy Intact, his
Oh,
workshops.
Intac, yeah, Intac. Shout out to Intac. I hope things are going well over in Ukraine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I find his workshops are very in depth with like the different angles, and I really like how he's so creative. Like he gives you like a context, like a mindset of how to go about, and then there's so much freedom in creating. But he does give you some structure, which I
Mm-hmm.
really like, and then freedom
Mm.
Sure, that makes
around
sense.
the
That's
structure.
good. Yeah, so in terms of that, so I guess so your long-term goal, are you trying to be like a very like a competitive beager, like one of the best in Toronto or in Canada or something?
I just
Or
want to
just
be
for
the
fun?
best I just want to be the best version of myself because as an individual like I like to be my reach my highest potential whether it be like being an entrepreneur being an artist like being a breaker. Like I just want to be able to reach my. I'm always curious, like what's the max potential I can
Mm-hmm.
be in this area of my life. Yeah.
That makes sense. At the end of the day, it's you versus you. All right, that's the only competition that matters. True. All right. So here's another. So next topic. So being a B girl, what are your thoughts on the breaking scene? Because you know, B-boying is like 95% B-boys, but like being the very like small minority, like how do you feel about that? And like when you're practicing and getting into breaking, was there anything that you noticed about being like the minority or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Usually when you're like you when you're the only girl, like when you went to yoga and you're the only guy,
Mhm.
you notice that people like do like look at you.
They'd be like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" I mean, the people are saying like, "Oh, what is this dude doing here?"
Yeah. Like I know when I first started, there was really hardly any. Actually, I was the only one in the sessions typically. Besides Care Bear.
Oh,
Oh
Kareen from
yeah, shout
Psycho.
out.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out to
Kareem.
Kareen.
So yeah, back then I remember like I usually have to practice on my own because I think all the other b-boys were a little bit busy
Mhm.
or that like I know they're like, oh, girl breaking, oh, she's not going to go that far. Some b-boys would be like, oh, she's only in it for the guys, the
Oh
b-boys.
yeah. Okay.
I'm like, no, hell no. Okay. um so I think there is that kind of like they do see you differently because you are a girl, and when you're like dancing, it's like you do get more attention than
Mhm.
in other where it's a little bit more balanced with
Right. Mhm. That
gender.
makes sense. Mhm.
Now I do want to make this point that whenever there are battles, I hear comments from b-boys. I'm not going to say who it is, but they say b-boys. I heard this from someone. Okay, so someone said b-boys don't care about b-girl battles.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, say their name, and it's like, oh, check her out, like those sort of silly comments.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
So it's like b-girls are in a way like sexualized or like gender, like, oh my god, check these girls out, like they're in some pedest, like the high
I
just
I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean yeah, that
Mhm.
usually happens when there's for example, like if it's all dudes and there's like one girl, they're all gonna be like, especially if they're like single, or they'd be like, oh, I kind of want to talk to this girl. I mean, it's just like it's just like the environment that's what happens when you're like a minority in like environment kind of thing.
yeah, but I mean, like, I mean, if like, I mean, girls that like the attention, I guess it's okay. But I mean, if you ask me, like, what's the difference? I would say there is more attention, and but there's these little also silly comments though as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, b-boys aren't exactly the nicest people, to be honest. I mean, like guys in general aren't the nicest people. Like, it's just the way we are, kind of thing. And it,
I
and it
know.
sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks sometimes, for sure.
That's okay. I accept you guys. Just
Yo, we're all
Yeah.
gentlemen, yo. We're the It's Just Breaking podcast. We're very gentleman like.
yes.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's
just
just
breaking,
gentleman
baby.
podcast.
It's just gentlemen's. But yeah,
We
okay, that
asked
makes sense.
um we asked Emma what are like just like name a couple things that like b-boys do that is like really annoying to girls, like b-girls at practice or at gyms or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I remember this.
So yeah, so I wonder if yeah, now that you gave us one, can you give us more?
Okay.
Dish more,
Top
talk
top
more shit
five
about it,
top five
guys.
things that grinds your gears about b-boys.
Yeah, talk more shit about guys. We
Oh,
deserve it.
like for example, I mean, I hear these comments, but okay, I don't know where to say it. But example would be, um, that B girl's really cute. Would you go out with her? Or like they'll ask certain B boys, like, oh, or B boys, which B girl do you? How would you rate them as well?
Uh, high school
Oh,
stuff.
like sexualizing them.
But then
Uh-huh.
again, I know people have asked that about B boys too. So
Because but I think it's just not human nature,
yeah,
human
Yeah,
human
nature.
nature,
I can see that.
Sure,
curiosity.
that'll be number two.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also because like if people are single, of course they're trying to like see who's a suitable match for
Mm-hmm.
him or her. Um, or another thing is
What are smelly b-boys?
smelly.
Yeah.
I I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm usually in the corner. Like I'm
Oh,
pretty
true.
far,
You're
far
out of
away from the
the
smell.
you're out of sight.
Yeah, I'm very far. So I mean, I don't really get too close to for me to smell them. So, um, but yeah, yeah. Are
Sure.
you
Okay.
looking for more
No,
answers?
no, no, no.
No, it's all good.
Whatever comes off the top of your head, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
True.
Okay.
yeah.
That makes.
Another good one is rumors. Yes.
Oh, starting like gossiping.
Um, okay, I think one of the reasons, big reasons why I say I would never date a b-boy when I was like younger is because whenever something happens to a b-girl,
Yeah.
like in terms of relationships,
Oh,
somehow it spreads
Oh, it
like
like
spreads.
wildfire.
Everything spreads. Yeah.
yeah, and then somehow everyone knows about their relationship or if
Oh
they
yeah.
hooked up with someone or
Yeah, yeah, I
or
think that's just generally a product of being in a very very niche small group
Yeah.
of like. I wish there was
Yo.
more b-boys and b-girls. Maybe that stuff will
okay.
Yeah, maybe just
get rid of.
more, but yeah, like there's a lot of fucking spreading rumors. Maybe we have a part of that a little bit,
I
but yeah, there's
know.
a
Okay.
but like
Except we
not
do
in
it
that way.
publicly, not privately.
Oh yeah, but not in that way. We don't really actually have we. I don't think we have done any
Actually,
rumors
I
like.
don't think you guys have mentioned it actually.
No, we just talk shit.
Yeah, we
We
just
just
talk
like we
shit.
put shit. Oh yeah. Oh man, we have so much more shit talking to do. But yeah. But honestly, note for fucking future breakers, don't date within the scene, please.
Yeah.
You don't want your unless you really like that person.
Oh wait,
But
Anton
like,
and Natsu, they're very good together though.
yeah.
hmm
Until they're
Sometimes it
not, and
works
then
out like
everyone's gonna
that,
hear
yo.
about it.
Sometimes it works like that.
Yo, if you a gambler, you'll gamble, bro.
True. But yeah, so I mean, so I guess to move on to the next topic. So like, yeah, again, there's not that many B girls in the breaking scene, but you know, we got this really big event, Rise of the B Girl, which is the event to combat that. So Shay, what are your thoughts on the Rise of the B Girl event?
Actually, I'm
And like,
really excited about it because I feel like back then when I first started, there wasn't like a lot of awareness about like b girls that's doing like power moves and all that. Like I
Hmm.
noticed it like a lot. Definitely, there's girls that can do like air flares, lots of power.
Hmm.
So Rise of the B Girl is a very fitting name, and I think that people in the community, I know B-Boys help also run the Rise of the B Girl, so it's really nice to see.
Hmm.
So it's just nice seeing everyone coming together to make this work out. I think me personally, I'm really excited about running the workshop on the Sunday and then doing the 2 versus 2 with Sasha
hmm
and the top 16 exhibition part as well.
Oh, okay, true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the invite only portion of the jam where B girls will be pitted against each other to be
Yeah,
the queen of Canada. Let's go.
yeah,
That
that's
would
gonna
be sick. You get a
be
crown and be the queen. That'd be dope. Actually, that's
Hell yeah.
free. That's free. Rise of Big Girls. You should use that.
Crown. Damn. Okay. True. Oh, yeah, that makes
But
sense.
yeah, that reminds me of when I think it was Benny Komodo when he was judging. They interviewed him
Oh, at Red Bull, right?
after
When Ami won.
After Almy won. He's like, yeah, he did really good power for a girl. Like granted, maybe a bit of it was like a language barrier. I think he knows like a couple languages. Like he's German, so it's like not like English is his first language. But yeah, that's like a shitty stereotype that needs to be like stopped. Like
Well, B girls that can power or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like,
I
yeah,
remember seeing
good
this
for a
Russian B
girl.
girl. She has the most cleanest fucking power ever, yo.
Oh, who is it?
No,
I don't
no,
remember her
like
name, but she's like Eastern European or whatever, and she's just blasting air flares like easily.
no.
Uh,
There's like almost like every big girl in Japan can fucking air flare. Like I
yeah, and
swear to
like
God.
again, like B girl now, Ami could power like the
Yeah, that shit.
Sasha
That's
Fox
just
right there, yo.
yeah. That's not like anything new.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think there needs to be more jams like this, like kind of more like B girl centric, in order to promote B girls,
hmm
because obviously a lot of the jams are like B boy centric, and then like B girl event, a B girl battle is just like the side event, whatever.
I have to say though, like even if there's a B girl battle, there's not that many like that enters though sometimes.
hmm
hmm
Unless like you think I'm wrong on that. Like
No, it's true. There's not that
No, I don't
many
think
B.
there's that many.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could just tell from the Ontario or the ODS, right? There's only like 4 B girls that battled.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit surprising actually.
But it's also just because there isn't that many B girls in our scene, which sucks. I mean, yeah,
Mm.
we definitely gotta work on like building the B girl scene more, like from the bottom or whatever, like
Yeah,
getting like new
everything.
kids to come.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we need more on all fronts.
True, yo, but I'm teaching this one little B girl who's like 9 years old. Yo, she's gonna be freaking sick, yo.
Oh
I
man.
remember her parents told me she's like, she hears like, why do you want to do breaking? Why don't you do popping or locking or hip hop? She's like, no, I want to do B-boy. I'm like, that's fucking
Hell
it, yo.
yeah.
That's fucking it, yo. She's gonna be the one, yo. I'm gonna make sure she gets Halo before she turns 10, yo.
That's like air trans picking
Uh,
halos.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I
that'd
mean,
actually
like,
be
I
your
think
student.
there's definitely there needs to be more kids that are again like that solves a lot of the issue in the breaking scene. There just needs to be more kids
Hmm.
getting into the scene, whatever.
Yeah, do you guys think there's a lot of kids going into breaking?
James, you go first. I'll go next.
I don't know. I literally have no idea. Like, I don't really watch kids battles. I'll be honest with that. Yeah, but I don't know. I just think like especially in Canada, well maybe not Canada, but I guess I'll just say Ontario for sure. It's like not a lot is going on. Maybe actually I think Montreal has a pretty good like a kid scene, like a pretty good
Yeah, they have a lot of
amount
new
of kids.
jams. Hmm.
Yeah, they're like a pretty healthy scene. I don't know about like out west or even out easter or but yeah, here I don't know. I don't know. I think like it's a lot of like just studios. It's not really like they're not
Yeah.
really in like the breaking scene. They're
Hmm.
just like a studio. It's like a different type of thing.
Yeah, like
Like I
from
know
my.
Kazi has a bunch of kids.
Hmm.
Other like dance studios that like some kids that I've taught, and they already know how to break, and they're pretty good. I'm like, why aren't you in the breaking scene? And they don't care. Like they just care about like their studio or like doing teenager shit, like fucking get like partying or some shit. They have white
Yeah.
boy syndrome. So like so like I don't know. I don't know. What do
Yeah,
you think, Eric?
I think in my perspective, I think there's a lot of potential for there to be kids in the breaking scene. Yeah,
Mm,
again, like what James said, there's a lot of studio, like just studio dancers, whatever, right? Like I'm pretty sure like I teach like over 40 kids breaking in my three studios, but like realistically, how many of them are gonna want to like come to the breaking scene where they're away from their friends and there's gonna be a lot of older people, whatever, kind of thing.
mm.
So like it's just a matter of just bringing these kids to these breaking sessions and then having them integrate into our scene rather than just staying in that little community, whatever. But there's a lot of potential. Like it's just that I guess maybe I have to put more effort into it. The scene needs to put more effort into it,
No.
or like the studio, whatever. It's just like we just gotta work together to make that happen because there's the potential for it, but like we're just not doing it or whatever.
Hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I was thinking like
Huh?
my bad, cut you off. I was thinking like you know how there's like UBL, you try to make like a league for like breakers,
Mhm.
but like I feel like breakers are kind of in their own way. Why not just have a league like that, but for like studios? Like
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
like the competition s type thing, but for studios. Make
Mhm.
like a league for that. That makes more sense.
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, because originally what I wanted to in the it's just breaking jam because there was little kids that battled in our jam, right? And then
Yeah,
what I wanted to was my other studio because I work at like two or three studios. Like I wanted the other like I want to do a studio war basically.
Oh, I
But
love that.
yeah,
yeah, it's just that there was an event. My other studio had an event at the same day, so it just couldn't work. But like I wanted to have my studio war to happen.
yeah. Like that
That would
makes
have been
more
sick.
sense to me. Like if we're gonna have like a league of like breaking, like start with like studios. Like start it from the beginning. Like I think
Yeah.
we're already stuck in our ways of what like breakers are gonna do. So might as well like talk to studios, like talk to Kazi Studio, talk to like I think Lee had kids in London, like
Yeah.
and like they're like and they come with their parents and it's like they're gonna go to a breaking jam. Like it's not like the atmosphere, like it's different. So it's like
Mhm.
why not like add both together? Add like the studio um like competition showcase thing, but put it in a battle
Yeah, in
format.
a battle format.
So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
I
for
remember in
breaking.
high school they did that actually. High school versus high
Yeah,
school.
that's like that was like
Yeah,
the best. That's
exactly.
like
That
that's my
makes it. Yeah,
generation or whatever, right? And we just gotta do that shit
yeah.
again but this time I
It's
guess
like
with
doing this.
studios.
Yeah,
Has that
now it
been
would be
done before?
studios because now it's not high
What?
school kids. Huh? Sorry.
Has this been done before with the studios? Kids versus kids, like in the studios?
I don't know.
No, they would show up to like breaking jams. Like Kazi would. I know I can only reference Kazi, but like I know he's gone to like kids like he was at the boat jams.
Mm,
Like there would be the kids like battles beforehand, and then he would just wreck everybody because he knows how to fucking teach breaking, and like he's organized, he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Mhm.
So like, if you had like fucking somewhere from West End doing that, fucking somewhere up north, like everywhere, just and then combine and make like a league or like a team, like have like a little league, like a Timbits league, like soccer.
Timbits.
Have
Mhm.
that for breaking. Like why not? The
Yeah, for
studios.
sure. Yeah. But yeah, well, I mean that's another topic for another day, but we can talk more about this.
That's
Maybe
free,
we'll just
Jeff.
do a
That's
jam.
free. That's free. I'm giving you that for free, bro.
But yeah, so right now we have 5 minutes left. So Shade, you
Hmm.
are a very successful entrepreneur, and you're not only are you an entrepreneur, you're an art entrepreneur. What tips do you have
Shout out.
for breakers or dancers in general to make that guap?
Okay,
Fuck.
like
What the
I
fuck?
think besides of course the money component, I think there's other parts of being an entrepreneur that I find really like fulfilling. Of course, one aspect because I run an art school. Sorry about that. Okay, so because I run an art, maybe I'll just start that again because Norman
No, that's okay. That's okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
messaging me. Okay. So I think being an entrepreneur, there's other aspects of fulfillment besides just the monetary.
It's
Oh
okay.
my god.
Don't mind it. Don't mind it. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
So being an entrepreneur, I find it really fulfilling. Besides, of course, besides the point of you can make money doing the things you really enjoy, you can also make a difference for other people. Like for example, kids.
Mhm.
We have over like 500 kids online and in person for both of the
God
studios
damn.
that come regularly every week. And I think that for me, like I started it with the mentality that I have a passion for the arts. I really love the arts. And then I make sure that I put actions in place
Mhm.
to make sure I reach my goal, which is like making sure that I make a difference for other students in the studio. And of course, there's a building up the business component of running a business. And being focused is another component that I think is really important. For me, I have literally all my business dealings or things I promise people on my calendar, and
Mhm.
once it's done, I make sure I delete it. But I think if I was to tell people why I think entrepreneurship is important, is because I think it's really important to love what you do
Mhm.
and like do what you love, because I think life is really short. And if you think there's something that you're really passionate about, I think entrepreneurship is an idea that you can get into or like touch on, because I think running a business is very creative in itself. The whole entire process,
Mhm.
going into the arts is something that is delving into the unknown. Same as being an entrepreneur. If there's no like one way to getting like running your business, it's more like this, and that is very
Right.
similar to a painting process where things change over time. So three ingredients for running, being an entrepreneur, I would say. So imagine there is three legs of a chair. So
Mhm.
without each leg, the chair will fall down.
Right.
So the three components of this chair would be first action. Without action, nothing gets done.
Mhm.
And second one is focus, because if you're not focused and you get easily distracted, it's not going to work out. You're not going to get things done. You're just not going to get
Uh-oh.
whatever that you want achieved in the period of time that you want it to be. And the last one, and not the least, I think it's really important, is passion. Without
Mhm.
passion, it's going to be boring for you. You're not going to want to like wake up during the day, especially when something, for example, a car crash hit or something really bad that gets in the way. Like without passion for loving what you do, it's just not going to work out. If there's something that happens where it gets you off your roadmap to your goal, you're not going to reach your goal.
Mhm.
So I think action, focus, and passion are very key components for being an entrepreneur. And I think that the successful entrepreneurs that I know of have these three ingredients, and that's why they're able to like run the businesses that they do. Yeah.
Mhm. That makes sense. Yeah, I think
Do what you
those
love.
are
You
some
only have so
solid.
much time.
Exactly. But yeah. All right, Shade. So wait, actually, wait. It's literally gonna end in 10 seconds. Let me restart this call just so we can end it off
We'll be
properly.
back.
I think
Alright. Wait, so all right. What's up,
Yeah,
everyone? Our thing got cut off, and Shay was just gonna continue on with what she just said
Yeah.
before.
we had to cut her off mid
So she
mid
said
rant here.
the three tips were focus, action, and passion.
Yes, that's correct. And James had a question regarding like how's my finances. I think
No, I
I
didn't. No, you were saying that we could use your accounts, and I'm like, oh, how about your bank account? Can we use that as a joke?
All right,
oh,
and then
okay.
but then Shade went on to say something very insightful. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I
Like
know.
like like when I was a kid, my parents work like often, like a lot of time, and I don't see them a lot at home, and I also see that they don't enjoy what it is that they do. So I made sure I decided at a very young age that I want to make sure I do what it is that I love to do, and at the same time make money, because I think that's really important. Seeing now, my parents are still doing the same job, and still working a lot, makes me think as well that if I'm able to like make money and maybe work less in the future, I can spend more time doing the things that I enjoy, like whether that be like breaking more, painting more. So I think that all mentality about like the finances part, like money to me is not the most important thing. I think what's important is being able to do what it is that I love, like using the
Mm-hmm.
money, having the money to do the things I enjoy. Um, yeah. So having these parents that are workaholics that do work a lot, I think I got that from them, a really good work ethic. And as a kid, I've seen where they work so hard and people came in and broke into the house and they stole like
Oh
everything
shit.
that my
Mm,
parents like saved up in the drawer. Like basically they put like saved cash or whatever that they have, and it
Mm-hmm.
was all
All
taken
that
away
work.
from them in a
Mm-hmm.
day. And I think I remember my parents like screaming at, at each other, and like how they're gonna make things like work out when there's like hardly any money at home. And I think throughout my whole childhood, seeing them working hard and going from one house and upgrading, seeing that progress, I think I just learned a lot from my parents in regard to that. So in terms of the bank account, I'm very good at saving money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would say that I have a goal every month how much I want to save in my bank account, and
mm,
I'm invested in different areas, and I make sure the money works for me instead of I work for the money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
no, yeah.
running a business as well, I think that hiring people, like delegating, like there's just running a business, it gives you freedom once you have all the systems in place. You can do whatever it is that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Be
So I
very
think
organized.
yeah, I think it all comes from having an organized calendar and making sure I do the
Mm,
things I promise I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with a great team, it makes things so much easier. I'm happy to say, like, I hired really good 35 staff that works really well together and makes the studio runs seamlessly. Sometimes if there's hiccups, my manager Matthew, he deals with it because he's really good with like the worst case scenarios. So it's always
Mm-hmm.
really good to have someone that is in a business that can deal with really extreme situations. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
shout out
doing
Matthew.
doing doing things by yourself, especially if you're doing things with a lot of moving parts by yourself, that's really hard. You have to take into account so many things. That's why you need help. That's why I got my right hand man James in this podcast right now, even though he's on the
Hey,
left side of the screen.
I'm tired right now. I want to go to sleep. I can't let my boy down right now. You know, the
Aw.
Exactly.
manager.
Left hand man right here, right
Yeah, yeah,
hand man. But yeah,
yeah. Immigrant parents, they always put into a good work ethic. Shout
yeah,
out
for
to all the
sure.
immigrant parents out there.
Hmm. I
All
can't say
three
the
of
same
us
about these
know.
spoiled ass kids nowadays, cause they're different now. These kids nowadays are different, yo.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so much more
Yes, I
spoiled.
am. Yes, I am.
But it is what it is, yo. But it is what it is. All right, James. Last question that you
All
usually
right,
ask
this is
our
our
guests.
trademark question that I ask every time. When's the time that you have smoked someone or some time that you've been smoked? And it doesn't have to be breaking, it could just be in life.
Life.
Yeah,
You usually
pre-
breaking, but like.
yeah, preferably breaking. Like a time you've been smoked
So
in
have you ever
breaking.
smoked anyone before, like that you felt that you're like, oh, I destroyed this kid or something like that?
Destroyed it.
I think it would be in a battle. This was like a way back in Montreal though.
Okay, okay, that counts.
Let me think in business. Actually, we are number one art school in Markham, so
Oh shit.
Oh, take that, art schools.
Okay.
because of the
You
roasted
suck.
ribbon, we beat our competitors. We did win first for a pitch contest. Like it was me and another company in the
Hmm.
finals. So anyway, I made sure he gets roasted. But
Oh
anyway,
shit. Okay. Damn, taking his
Hold
money
that,
and
hold
the
that.
fucking W.
That's a life smoking right
Yeah, that's
there.
like that's even more deadlier than breaking smoke, yo. You took his money.
Oh my goodness.
My money.
But
Ah!
I feel like in breaking though, whenever I lose, I feel like that is already smoked as well in a way.
Uh-huh.
But I have different perspectives on that, just because like judging wise, they have like they're judging things that they're looking at.
But
Like,
what about how you felt? Like, oh, the time that I actually like, oh, I got fucked. I got destroyed.
uh, I don't. There's not one that comes to mind. Like, not to say
Yeah.
like I think I'm the best or anything, or like I'm better than them. It's just I think that like for me, my mentality when I go into like any battles, I want to be better than the last time and
Mm-hmm.
better than last time. I prefer like slow progress over like
Yeah.
quick jumps, because quick jumps there's also some fatalness as well. Like things I learned from the past, like either quick injuries. So I think for me, like as long as I improve, and if I did improve, what would it be? And then I focus on that. But I prefer progressing every time.
True.
Put
Yeah,
myself.
right on. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
You're
help you
battling
shade.
yourself more than the
I'll help you
opponent.
shade.
Yeah, I do want
You smoked my boy
to.
Mark, or James
What?
Mark.
My mark?
Yo,
You smoked my mark?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. True.
Shout out, Mark.
Shout
I
out to
love
Mark.
you.
You remember Mark Shade?
Of course.
Oh yes, the one you paired for
The
the
guy that
one.
you smoked? I'm joking.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just talking smack.
Yeah, we gotta
For
have
me,
Mark on again.
like for me, my mentality about like the when you like compete against someone, like I feel like there's value. Like I appreciate who the competitor is, because without the competitor, I wouldn't be able to like test how far I can go. So I
Mhm.
think there's a mutual respect to whoever I am paired to compete. I get if they have attitude, like it's part of the whole battle experience. So I don't take it
Mhm.
personally in that regard. Um, like I know there's things I need to improve on. So yeah, there's quite a bit
That
of
makes
things
sense.
to
At
improve
the
on.
end of the day, you're
Yeah.
just standing across another body. It's all the
Yeah.
same nameless faces, but yeah. All right, Shade. So let's end it off with this. So Shade, do you want to give a shout out to anyone or your business or anything like that?
Well, thank you for you guys to be promoting Creative Genius Academy and putting it wherever, whenever you guys are having podcasts. So I appreciate
Hey.
that. And well, I guess for people in the Toronto scene, I know I practice often in the corner. It's not like I don't like you or anything. I think it's just that I like a very focused space. But yeah, feel free to just like talk to me. I'm not that scary to talk to.
Yeah,
She might be hiding in the shadows, but
she's just being in character, yo. Her Bgirl
she's
name,
in
Bgirl Shade.
character.
But
Yes.
yeah. All right, that's it. It's just breaking episode number 56 with the homegirl Shade. Yo, check her out. She's gonna do well at the Rise of the B Girl Jam, yo. Peace.
Hell yeah. Bye.